Now I am going to request one of my very, very special friend and my elder brother, Mr. Amit Roy. I must say Amit Ray on stage. And I'm really a very small person to describe his talent and quality and his sense of humor, your intelligence, his fastness. I can't run so faster with him. I'm very slow, but he is very fast. So I will request, stage is yours.
Thanks, Rohit. Actually, I came prepared with a four-pager, which, but I realized that everybody has said everything, so there is hardly anything to say. So he's now whispered to me, please say, what the hell do you do? Why are you here? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I have been in advertising for a long time, so just taking a liberty to Shudanda. If you came to me instead of Rohit, I would have said, Dar ke aage jeet hai, beta, don't worry. So, so that's what we are. We give you a line. However, let me reflect on what that whole conversation is today. So I'll just junk my well-prepared, very carefully written thing. So firstly is a little bit about Rohit. I met him not met, but I know him since the mid-90s. He and a relative of mine both were struggling, one to be a musician, another to be a film director. And with a lot of pride, I can say both of them are successful. My other nephew has gone back to Calcutta and he's made 3, 4 movies with success. And Rohit, all of you know where you are. So one day, in around 2002, he came to our house to say bye-bye. I'm going back to Calcutta. I couldn't make it big in Bollywood or music, etc. So I said bye. So suddenly in 2012, I happened to be, for the Bengalis, which you know, there is a Durga Puja happens in Lokhandwala. So I'm part of it since the inception. So suddenly I meet Rohit and his group of friends, his sister. So he said, oh, acha, good to meet you. So I'll come and meet you. So he came essentially to talk to me about uh, that he wants to perform at Lokhandwala, which is a very highly, Hindi music kind of performance he wanted to do. He said, I have now managed singing, etc. And I also practice astrology. So that's how the second innings of me and Rohit started. And from him, I understood the fundamentals of human life. Before that, in 2009 onwards, and without getting into details of it, I used to be a chief operating officer, I used to be a president, I used to be a head of 4 offices. But internally, I was unhappy. So I didn't know. Everybody, when I say that I am flying here, flying there, I'm going this to this country, that country, people would say, wow, what a life. But I myself was not feeling happy, not at all. So I was looking for an exit. So I started searching for what is happiness. So, and when you search, and remember it was 2009, and 2009 internet was not what it is today. So it took me a lot of effort to find out. Then I realized that there is a something called skull. There inside the skull, there is something called brain that determines you are happy or unhappy. Dr. Saab talked about suicide, right? The rate of suicide, etc. Let me just, I'll keep shifting subjects, so please stay with me. So on that subject, this whole thing of depression, people wanting to finish their life. So it happens to you when you realize there is nothing ahead of you. Why do I get up in the morning? And it is, I don't know whether there is a medical term called depression or not. It's a state of mind. Is that what happens inside because of whatever you see, etc.? Having said that, parallelly, it's a day before yesterday, Times of India. I don't know how many of you heard of this term called euthanasia. Okay, so euthanasia was legalized in India by High Court or Supreme Court in 2018. It is assisted suicide. That means if I want to go, I can go, right? I have a couple of friends who has narrated to their dear friends who has ended their life at 51, 52, but not by committing suicide. It's euthanasia. And I don't know how many of you have heard of this famous film director called Godar. He chose to die at the age of 72 through euthanasia. So the human beings comes with the choice of ending their life. And it all emanates from not being happy. So therefore, when I met Rohit, he described the mystery of life to me. That's where I started getting into it. By the way, I am actually an atheist because I think, so for me, except for my brain, nothing else exists. I don't bow to God. I have no rituals. My parents never forced me to go to God, etc. Though I am part of a Durga Puja, that's for a different reason. So, being an atheist, I think Rohit will agree that I have been his most difficult student. For everything, he has to give me URL, he has to give me where to go and search for, etc. And Rohit and I had a journey. We followed a couple of people in the area of neuroscience. So coming back to this whole thing of unhappiness, it forced me to get into neuroscience. I'm a commerce student, so I have nothing to do with science, but I understood that there are things which happens inside you. Dr. Saab also mentioned about subconscious. I call it unconscious. So which is not within your grasp. That means you know, but you don't know. That means the knowledge exists, and sometimes you say, "Arey, presence of mind, quick wit, sixth sense," right? You use these words to describe what happens to you. You experience something. So this is where Rohit, I think, is fantastic, because even Parag was explaining how Rohit, when he's scanning you, he can use both sides of his brain, the conscious, or not both sides, the conscious and unconscious part, to understand what is going through you. So if you just go back and, for a moment, think of us human beings as any machine. So when, let's say, whether you create a machine or buy a machine, you first ensure that you have a warranty period. How long will it last? Similarly, when a child comes to the world, he comes with a warranty. He comes with expiry date. You don't know, he or she, whatever it is. You don't know what is the expiry date. Whereas for a fridge or a car, you will know roughly it will last for so many years, right? So what do? You take care of it. You do an annual maintenance contract. What I call what Rohit doing is doing an AMC, so that we can live very healthily and very peacefully and happily. That's what he's doing. He's just giving you AMC, nothing else. Because as soon as you can, be a humble person, don't have ego and say, yes, I'm a machine. I have a start date, I have an end date. In between I live, fair enough. And here are systems. And what Parag kept saying about stress, there's no way of running away from stress. Trust me, there is no way of running away from depression. You will always feel you have less, and it's nothing to do with you. In front of you, sitting inside your house or on your mobile phone, you are seeing the world. There's so much to have, so much to do. And we keep on, referring back to ancient days. There's nothing to do. When was electricity invented? When was internet invented? Think about it. If I give you a number that from start of, let's say, Anno Domini, which is after Jesus Christ, from year 1 to year 1800, there was only 1 billion population. Year 1 was, of course, 300 million. 1 billion has now, in 200 years, has become 8 billion. So there is no running away. So maybe there is a solace in knowing that you can manage your emotions better, you can manage your mental health and physical health better. So I think Rohit deserves a big round of applause from all of us for helping us with this. Thanks a lot.